Welcome back, everyone, to CTV Morning Live. We are in the kitchen here, and we are ready for Mardi Gras.
We sure are.
I just love the masks, the beads, so many components about it. It's hard to tell who you are behind there.
I'll go do that.
You said this is your own personal Mardi Gras mask.
This one I actually bought in New Orleans, yeah.
Okay, okay. Authentic. This is Catherine LaRue. She is the Director of Marketing with Big Daddies, and you guys are going full tilt with Mardi Gras.
We absolutely are. We kick off next Tuesday on the 31st of January, and we run right through to the real Mardi Gras, which is this year, February 21st, because of course it moves around.
And can you give me a brief history before we get to the food, which is beginning to smell lovely over here? Can you tell me a little bit about the history behind Mardi Gras?
Sure, absolutely. The interesting thing is Mardi Gras actually can trace its roots back to the Romans, and it was brought to North America by the French when they founded New Orleans in 1699. In actual fact, they actually landed just south of New Orleans on March the 3rd, 1699, which was actually Mardi Gras. And they'd been celebrating Mardi Gras in France for a very, very long time. It's connected with Lent, of course, the season of Lent, and that's why it moves around. So it really does kick off after Ash Wednesday, when you really get into the Lent period. But New Orleans starts celebrating Mardi Gras on 12th night, which is January 6th. That's when the parade season starts. That's why at Big Daddy's we don't just celebrate the one day. We start celebrating towards the end of January, and then we celebrate all the way through the month of February. Because in New Orleans, that's what they do, parades every weekend and all sorts of parties and events.
Okay, so it's not just solely based on tradition. I thought it was just all about just about the party. Okay, so we're also joined by Kelly Thick. You are the general manager of Big Daddy's on Baseline.
That's correct.
So what are we cooking today?
We're going to do some blackened catfish.
Okay.
So what I've done so far is I've heated up the pan really, really hot. And then we just want to heat up the oil. And while that's going on, we're going to use our blackening spice and dust into right on top of the catfish.
Okay. Am I allowed to ask what exactly is in the spice?
There's a whole mixture, mainly cayenne pepper, there's basil, thyme, pepper, white pepper, black pepper, salt. And now we're just going to sear the catfish.
Okay.
Okay. Now when you sear it, that's what gives it the blackening color. Not burnt, black.
Okay. And now why did we not rub it around in the spices before we put it into the pan? Is there a reason, or is that just kind of...
I just laid on top,
yeah,
so that what it ends up doing is making a crust on the catfish.
Okay.
And then it retains all the juice inside the catfish, so when you cut into it, it's nice and juicy.
Okay. So. And so when you go to Big Daddy's, can you actually get the blackened catfish?
You can get the blackened catfish. A lot of times we do it bronze, just so it's not as spicy, because not everybody wants full spice.
Oh no, the spicier the better. Me too, me too.
I usually top mine with the shrimp Dijon sauce.
Okay.
Which is exceptional on top of the catfish.
Shrimp Dijon sauce. Does that ever smell remarkable? Oh, how long will it need to cook for?
Well, we're going to actually cook it for about 3 minutes on this side.
Okay.
And then 3 minutes on the other. Unfortunately, we don't have the time, so I'm going to...
No, please, take your time. Do it right.
There we go.
I'm very patient when it comes to food. I have no problem waiting that few extra minutes.
But you can see that it's starting to get a little bit of the blackening.
Exactly.
And that's hence called blackened catfish.
Interesting to know that this dish actually came from blackened redfish made by the famous chef Paul Prudhomme. And he actually started the craze for Cajun cooking and blackening back in the 70s. Actually redfish became so popular, blackened redfish, that they almost fished it out of extinction.
Really?
So now you can get it, but it's farmed. We tend to use catfish, but we do get redfish in from time to time as well.
And what would the taste difference be between redfish and catfish? Kelly?
Redfish has a bit of more of a stronger, robust flavor.
Okay.
Catfish sometimes can be a little bit muddy tasting. Not always, because it's farm fresh. They're pellet fed. So,
right.
But it is a bottom feeder fish. You've all seen the shows where they've stuck their hands inside the fish to capture them.
The shows. Do you know how many times I have yanked a catfish into my boat in the Ottawa River? My gosh, I snipped the line. I don't even bother trying to fish my lure out. Now, before we go, I would love to take a bite of the catfish that you have already prepared here, because that is looking good. All right, so how spicy did you make this guy?
It's a medium spice. That's more bronze, how we do it in the restaurant. I did blacken more, I added more, just add a little extra spice. But you'll notice that on the side of the fish, you're getting a little bit of a fat content that's coming out. When it comes down to the middle, that's how you'll tell the fish is cooked.
Oh, really? Okay, so when it has that outside look in the center of the fish. Is that ever good? Because it's difficult, right? Because the entire fish is white.
Correct.
So you can't really tell by color, can you?
But you'll see it, well, as it blackens. I mean, if I'd left this on the other side a little bit more, and have it more of a black color to it, you would end up seeing the white fat excreting through the middle.
All right, well, we've got plenty more coming up with Big Daddy's a little bit later in the show. I think I'm going to get the chance to try those prawns. We've got some oysters out here. We're going to take a little break, but when we come back, we'll be teaming up with Leanne to check out what she's got for Today's the Day.